Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure to be back.
Today we're diving into something pretty amazing, the world of Indigenous academic opportunities in Australian universities.
Yeah, it's a fascinating landscape right now.
We've got some really great sources to dig into.
Hmm.
One is a website, it's all about university jobs in Australia, and the other is an article excerpt.
Okay.
It's called 13,742 Indigenous University Jobs in Australia. Just the title itself.
Wow.
It really highlights this commitment to increasing Indigenous representation.
Hmm.
And that's what we're going to be looking at today.
Absolutely. And I think that number right off the bat, 13,742,
Yeah.
it's pretty striking. When we think about Indigenous academics,
Yeah.
it's easy to assume maybe there are a few positions here and there,
Right.
but over 13,000?
Yeah.
That's a real systemic effort to bring Indigenous knowledge and perspectives into higher education.
Right. It's a completely different scale than what I think most people would imagine.
Hmm.
I know when I first saw that number, I was blown away.
Yeah.
Like, wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible. And it's not just, a handful of positions. Like you said, it's spread across the entire country.
Exactly. And that's what's so exciting about this. It's not just a few token positions.
Right.
This represents a real shift in the way Australian universities are approaching
Yes.
Indigenous knowledge and scholarship.
Yeah, and what's also interesting is it's not just limited to one specific field or, level of experience.
Right.
The source actually highlights, teaching research,
Mm-hmm.
cultural advisory roles, even leadership pathways.
Yeah, I mean, that really speaks to the idea of creating sustainable career paths
Yes.
for Indigenous academics. It's about building a pipeline of talent and leadership within academia, not just filling a quota or a single position.
Exactly. And I think these positions, they offer more than just a job.
Absolutely.
They offer competitive salaries, professional development,
Mm-hmm.
and really clear opportunities for advancement and growth.
Yeah, and that's crucial because it shows that universities are committed to investing in Indigenous academics for the long term. It's not just about representation.
Yeah.
It's about creating an environment where Indigenous scholars can thrive and lead.
Absolutely. And the thing that really struck me was the list of universities that are offering these positions.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking some of the most prestigious institutions in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
University of Queensland, University of Melbourne, University of Sydney, UWA, UTAS.
Yeah.
The list goes on. It's really impressive.
I think that's a really important point because it signifies a shift in the very fabric of these institutions. Having Indigenous academics at these leading universities allows them to have a real impact. They can influence research priorities, curriculum development, really shape the next generation of thinkers.
Right. It's about creating a more inclusive and representative academic landscape overall. It's really inspiring to see this level of commitment. And it makes you think, right, what could an ideal Indigenous studies program look like?
Oh, that's a fascinating question to consider. Imagine a program that seamlessly blends traditional Indigenous knowledge systems with contemporary academic disciplines.
Yeah.
What unique contributions could those perspectives bring to fields like environmental science law, even medicine?
Yeah, it's really exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It is.
And for anyone listening who's interested in learning more about these opportunities, a great resource to check out is academicjobs.com. That's where you can find listings for all Indigenous academic jobs in Australia
Yeah.
and university jobs specifically for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples.
A fantastic resource. It's definitely worth exploring if you're passionate about being a part of this exciting shift in higher education.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive,
It's been a pleasure.
and we'll see you next time.
See you then.